Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It's I, Golden Jay, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
J-Dub
and
Larissa. What's up?
There it is.
we have a special guest in house. Larissa's with us. You've heard us talk about her. She's emailed us. We actually got to meet her out in Kansas City the last time we were out there. And it's great having you on the pod with us. The girls have questions for you, just a ton of them, like a laundry list. So, all right, and go, Rocker Chick.
Bring it on.
Oh man, put me on the spot. What the hell?
They really don't have questions for you. I'm just kidding.
We're not
But
throwing anything out.
no. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's been a long week. Let's just leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah, I feel
I
that.
think we all say that
Mhm.
every time we. Yeah, it's been a long.
I'm supposed to
week.
be on vacation. I'm not on vacation. Not really.
Oh.
That's the worst
I
vacation
feel that
ever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my boss has been running my ass into the ground. She's brutal, my boss.
That witch. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding, everybody. My boss is great. Wonderful. I love her. Love.
I'm on vacation next week because we're going to the Chiefs game on Monday night and coming back Tuesday. And I decided I wasn't going to go to work for one day,
Yeah.
with Thanksgiving being Thursday. So
Now, see,
Why not?
I
Yeah,
love
take it
my
off.
peeps so much that I decided to go to work on Wednesday.
You know what? I love my peeps so much because I was supposed to be off all next week, but I'm not going to because he's going to be gone.
Oh my
what the
gosh.
hell? Damn you, Jeremy.
Did I put mine in before
And
yours?
you're
No.
welcome.
I did not.
No,
Oh, but I have a football game.
that's why
See,
I will sacrifice
she does love
for
me.
your
See that?
game.
She loves me.
You owe me.
Didn't I pay up last week?
No.
Oh, shit. Damn it. All right. Okay. Oh, well, Larissa, thank you for all the emails and thank you for
Listening.
Yes, and being a part of our little TUSOP family. We appreciate you so much. We really, really do. So thank you for everything. And we hope you continue listening and continue emailing. And Jen wants to know where she can get a doll just like the one you got.
No.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Ask Golden Jay because he's the one that said he got chased around the store with it by his niece or somebody.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
My sister. Yeah. My sister. too.
I don't know where the stupid thing came from, but Alicia the doll is hanging out in the garage and she's gonna stay there. So
I love that she calls her Alicia the doll.
Alicia the doll. Yeah.
Was
It's
that
okay.
there
No,
when you bought the house, or did somebody put it there?
No. No, my husband actually found it. He found it at a garage sale. And I wanted to argue with the guy that was actually selling it to him. I'm like, no, what are you doing? Oh, just take it for $1. Oh, and of course, Jason decided he was going to buy it. So we have this creepy little Halloween doll on the wall. I don't even know how she's up there or sticking to the wall right now.
It's
I don't want to
crazy.
know. I don't want to pick her up. Mm-mm.
And then,
No.
of course, the Ronald Reagan mask from Genesis video is above it.
That
Which
was
is
my
scary in
mother.
itself.
Yeah, that was my mother-in-law. He found that in like one of her trunks at her house. And I don't know where she got it, honestly. Though she collected everything though. So I mean, who honestly knows? But
My grandma had, I don't know if everybody's grandma had these, those big showcase cases with the glass sliding doors in the front of the shelves. She had all kinds of
Like the
fucking
China
creepy.
hutches.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fucking
Mhm.
creepy dolls in there, and I never would stay the night because they scared me and because I'd have to sleep right on the couch next to them. And then when she passed away, she wanted them all donated to the Historical Society. Completely forgot about it. Well, my mom started volunteering there, and I was like, oh, I've never been in there. Well, maybe when I was little. So I go, she gives me a tour, and lo and behold,
All those
all
dolls
those
are there.
fucking dolls. They're still as creepy as ever. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
They
porcelain
are.
dolls
They
are pretty scary. Just the realistic eyes and
And they watch you.
yeah.
No, thank you.
Mm-mm. No. I
My
used to
mom
have
had
one
one
of
of
those.
4-foot ones, the 4-footers.
And then I have to sit by this guy over here.
Yeah. Well,
That's
hey,
funny.
dolls are fun.
What were you gonna say, Larissa?
Oh, I was gonna say I used to have one of those ones that you remember the ones that like open their eyes
Mm-hmm.
like when you tip them up and then when you tip them back down they close. Yeah,
Yes.
and I don't do Raggedy Anns for a lot of different reasons. So no.
Well, so do you remember episode what's the episode that we talked about the opening banter on? That was
The last
That
one.
was the Mothman.
the
wasn't it?
Mothman episode. Yes. Okay. So the Mothman episode, that does make sense. We got an email that I want to share with you guys.
All
Uh-oh,
right.
another bad one.
Just
Jeremy, you talk too much.
Just scroll past it.
Just scroll past it. No, this is not a bad one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It says, it's so good hearing about my home state. This is about the Mothman.
Hmm?
Rocker Chick can literally read the phone book to me anytime.
Aw.
I'm always down to hear about the beautiful J-Dubs beaver. Banter on, my friends.
Oh, nice.
That is from our friend Mason.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mason.
My beaver thanks you as well.
I've been holding on to that for a couple days now. I didn't want to tell. I wanted to get the natural reaction of for you two. Mason, there was just, I'm gonna go back and read this one more time. I don't remember seeing anything about me in there. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeremy's left out.
jealous.
feeling a little non-loved, buddy.
Him jelly.
Come on, I brought you on the other side and everything. Come on. No, man, thank you so much. He is a giant Mothman fan, as you guys know, and yeah, he actually sent another
Spit it
one
out.
that I thought was on there, but it wasn't. That we released that episode on the day of the story,
Mhm, yeah.
November 15th. So
Yeah, he posted it on Facebook.
that's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But thank you, Mason. Always good to hear from you.
I love my shirt too. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Bobby wore the shirt
I
during the
did.
episode. Yeah.
If I had known
You would have worn.
she was going to talk about it, I would have worn mine.
I'll try to
Try to
keep
keep
you.
things secret. So
I
that way
know,
you
I
don't have. You don't.
Yeah, you have no idea what she's doing today. You know what else? I don't either.
You probably didn't even know what you were doing until today.
About 3 hours ago, and then I got it all figured out. Yeah. Yeah. You're in for a treat, Larissa. I can't wait.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good one. All right. J-Dub, what do you got for me? What do you got for us?
Oh.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Get out of here. What is? Shh. I'm asking you something. Quit your
You
banter.
told me to get out.
What is a food combination people eat that you just can't get behind and think is disgusting?
Oh.
Oh God, I already know mine.
Oh, good. You're up.
Oh, I don't know why. Why do people want to put ketchup on their eggs?
Ew, yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. But that's coming from the same person that will eat mustard on her eggs.
Oh, never heard of that.
Yeah.
I actually
That's
like
better than you think.
ketchup on my scrambled eggs.
Of course you do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not always, but yeah, sometimes I do. No?
I mean, like maybe if there's hash browns and some other stuff to go with it, but just
Yeah.
straight up ketchup on eggs. I don't know.
I only like cheese in
nope.
my scrambled eggs.
There you go.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
So what is
Yeah.
yours?
I don't have one yet. I'm thinking.
You thinking?
I'm thinking. Go.
Well, I can go the opposite way. And I can tell you something that I enjoy that everybody else thinks I'm fucking insane.
Well, you can do both then. You can
I-
tell us that, and then you can tell us one that grosses you out.
I don't really have one that grosses me out.
Really? Nothing?
Maybe like anchovies on your pizza.
Ew.
Oh.
That would be one. I don't understand how people like that. Sometimes
Can't-
pineapple can be sus on a pizza.
Canned mushrooms. I think those are weird.
Those are like a big boogers.
Exactly.
We love those.
Mm-mm.
We fry up steaks.
I was gonna say you love boogers.
Mushrooms.
Tasty. She likes to pick the eye boogies off of Ozzy and then feed them back to her.
That.
My husband does that.
Really?
Yes.
Is it
He
weird?
just always, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I think it is. I can't even like bring myself to like wipe them on my jeans or anything like that. I gotta like get a tissue and whatever. Anyway,
There was a local DJ when he's been on a couple different radio stations in Fort Wayne. And when he was on the first radio station, when I really listened to him a lot, he talked about tasting his dog's eye boogies.
Oh,
oh,
wow.
that's gross.
We're going disgusting podcast today, not paranormal.
Listen,
Creepy.
you better have a
and
drink.
weird.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh man, I totally flipped J-Dub on that one. You all right?
Wow.
Don't you gag.
Oh.
When I met him, I said, "Listen, that's a little too far, don't you think?" And he's like, "Yeah, that seems to be the general response from everybody." What I like is I'll take peanut butter and put Miracle Whip, and then have that sandwich, and I love that. It is delicious.
My
And
uncle
most
used
people
to do
think-
that too.
Who?
My uncle. One of my
Yeah?
uncles used to do that too. Yep, loved it every night. Yep.
I haven't had one in forever, but
Yeah.
I got into an argument with my daughter about it one night, and so I made her one, and I said, "You can't tell me this is terrible until you try it." And she took her first bite, and she just looked at me, and she goes, "I am so mad at you." I said, "You like it, don't you?" And she's like, "I'm really upset that it's this good."
That's funny.
You should try it. All right, Rocket Chick, what do you got?
My gosh, I am still thinking. J-Dub.
Okay, so it's been all over TikTok where people take that pickle and they hollow it out and they put like what was it? That is it tahine or whatever?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they put like sour straws or whatever around it and then they eat it. No,
Oh.
that's disgusting.
Sour straws.
Or some like a fruit roll up or something.
Oh, okay.
And it's
All
just ugh,
So sweet and sour,
and
yeah,
spicy and everything else. No, thank you.
I don't like tahine. Do you guys like tahine?
I love tahine. It's well, they have different flavors of it.
Okay.
Whatever it's called. Is it called tahine?
I don't know.
I thought it was called tahine. I thought you were right on the money.
Tajin?
It's tajin.
It's that red,
Gin,
red
yes.
spice stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And I also don't like it when people dip their fries in Frosties. That's just gross.
Hold the fucking
gosh.
on. Oh my
Come
god.
at me. I don't
Listen,
care.
I can go with a lot of different things, but that is the shit of all shit right
Yeah,
there.
it tastes like shit.
No, it tastes delicious. You get sweet, you get salty. Oh, I could have sex on one of those.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Oh goodness.
Okay, that's enough of that, I guess.
Rocker Chick never answered.
I didn't, but I did when I worked at Wendy's when I was in high school. I did used to dip the fries in the mayo. That
See,
was
that's okay.
delicious. That was delicious.
That's okay.
But God, no, I can't think of anything. The anchovies and pizza thing, yeah, definitely.
You can't steal mine.
I did steal yours.
Fuck you.
But I really can't think of anything that grosses me out that people eat.
She's right in my way. I'm
You can't bring
sorry.
animals on the show. It totally distracts J-Dub.
I know.
Hey.
I'm social.
That's all right. All right. Well,
Only when we're doing stuff. So
we're gonna let you off the hook.
Okay, thank you. If I think of something, I'll,
No,
I'll throw it in. Like
You're gonna blurt it out in the middle of your story.
something.
Fuck. Are you guys ready to get into today's story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get into it. Come on.
All right. I
J-Dub rushing you now.
she's got to go outside and vomit after thinking about the eye boogie.
I do feel a little nauseous.
It's just a little gross. I mean, come on, really. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Boston, the oldest village in Summit County, was first settled by surveyor James Stanford in 1806. The village first mill was built in 1821, and the Ohio and Erie Canal arrived in 1827, expanding opportunities for commerce and industry. Many boat builders and canal boatmen lived in Boston. By 1850, Boston grew into a town with a broom factory, a brewery, a brickyard, a grist mill, a sawmill, numerous stores, and several boat building yards. With the decline of the canal traffic in the 1860s, Boston slumbered until the arrival of the Valley Railroad in 1880. The town boomed in the 1900s. Boston's size and street patterns have changed very little, allowing it to retain the feeling of a small canal and mill town. This is what is on the sign in the town of Boston, or at least it was. Welcome, everybody, to Boston, Ohio, in the Cuyahoga Valley. Boston, Ohio. I said it.
Yeah. I thought you were like Boston.
Boston. Welcome to Boston, Ohio. Or as it has now become known as Helltown.
Ooh.
So yeah, what that first part is what is actually written, what was written on the sign about the town when it was still up and running.
That was a big sign then, huh?
It was, well, it was little letters. I had to zoom in on the picture to get it. But I took it word for word. I took it. Yeah, I did fucking have my glasses on. Helltown is the home of 6 or 7 separate legends, each with dozens of variations in its own right, all of which have led this area in Boston Township. Now, that's very important, Boston Township, as one of the haunted site and is given evil sound. And that's why it was given its evil sounding name. All right. You want a little bit of history?
Helltown.
You guys are getting some history. Just fucking shut up and let me tell you the history.
I like history.
Do you?
You want to tell us history now?
I'm going to tell you history.
Well,
You ready?
Teach
Tell
us.
us history. God, it takes
Fine. Well,
forever.
you know, okay, so the town was the town was, you know, a bustling mill city, and the canal was there, and then the canal died, and the fucking mill just died, and it died out. But they kind of came back. Um, in the late 1860s, a nationwide movement began that expressed concern over the destruction of our forest. So in 1974, in an effort to save the forest, President Gerald Ford signed a legislation that enabled the National Park Services to purchase land and to use it to create national parks. As a result, on December 27th, 1974, hundreds of acres, including land within the township of Boston, were officially designated a national recreation area. What many people did not realize until it was too late is that the legislation had a darker aspect to it. It gave the federal government jurisdiction to buy houses and land right out from under the current owners in order to clear the way for the national park. Almost immediately after the bill was passed, the government began acquiring houses throughout Boston Township and the surrounding area. And once the government had decided to buy the property, there was no negotiation involved. The owners were forced to relocate.
Rude.
You see a lot of that now when they're building the superhighways
Yeah.
and the bypasses. You know, people don't have choices. I mean, they come in, government comes in, buys the fucking houses and the land up.
Yeah, but nowadays they usually pay
They-
a pretty penny for
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Well, and you know, the national parks or whatever was doing it, just, you know, they were like bottom dollar.
Yeah.
You got to get out. It can in what can only be described as a mass evacuation. Residents began leaving in droves, and the entire township began to get swallowed up by the Cayuga Valley National Park. Perhaps the general feeling of the displacement homeowners was best summed up in a statement found scrawled across the wall of a vacant house that said, "Now we know how the Indians felt."
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the reason that this is important and ironic is because the Lepene tribe, which had already been run out of the Delaware, New Jersey, Eastern New York, and Eastern Pennsylvania area in 1758, had actually settled in the Cayuga Valley in the 1770. And then in 1782, they started to feel the pressure from the colonials and decided to clear out. But the American settlers had resentment towards the tribe because they had aligned themselves with the British forces during the American Revolution. So the violence that unfolded during the American Revolution War would culminate in the massacre of about 96 of the Lamente Indians that were killed that day. So not only did they get pushed out of Delaware, New Jersey, and all that, now that they tried to settle there, the colonists kept flooding through. And instead of them moving out, the colonists got a little pissy and they fucking killed them all. You like
That's
my
history.
You like my history?
That's history right there.
So the government buys up all these properties, sends people packing, then they drop the ball on the cleaning up of the town. Many of the houses were just boarded up and were tagged with government signs that said no trespassing. So it said like U.S. government, no trespassing. However, a few of the houses were actually used with the local fire department for like training purposes, where they set them on fire and they get to go in and train. So it was common to drive through Helltown and see houses abandoned or burnt to the ground. And this is how it became a ghost town. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure you will.
The Creasy dump was part of the land acquired by the government in 74. but the national parks didn't actually acquire it until 1985. The thought to be just a junkyard, the cleanup process would tell them otherwise. As they were cleaning the place up, they started smelling strange odors, having headaches and rashes. After more investigation, they found that it was being used as a dump for toxic chemicals and industry waste. Now, I can only assume that all the paper mills and, all those stuff like that were dumping shit in this, dump. The dump was so badly contaminated, it was declared a Superfund site and would take until 2016 to get completely cleaned up and would cost over $50 million.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right. So now that you have some background, let's get on to the folklore. So I have done, this is episode 92 of the United States Paranormal. I have done a ton of episodes. This story reminds me of the Alaskan Triangle and the Bridgewater Triangle. There are several different parts and pieces. So here we go.
I'm still trying to recover.
From the eye boogie?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
God.
Are you going to be okay?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have faith in you. So as the folklore grows in Helltown, because of the toxic dump and because of, all this abandoned houses and stuff like that, we start to build on this. And I call it folklore because there are some instances that, have merit, but a lot of it is just storytelling, why is this a house abandoned, and then the stories grow from there. You know how that shit goes. So
Yeah.
Rumor has it in the Pensacola Bayou, there is the Pensacola python, and they say it's a mutant snake that is created from the toxic dump left behind at the landfill. It is known to be up to 19 feet long with a wide track, possibly as wide as a car.
Ew.
Like Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We just need 4 turtles and a rat, and we have the snake, and we're good to go.
We got a movie. Yeah, we got a movie.
It is dark with brownish blotches, and it climbs trees and rears up like a cobra, apparently. It is also known to raid hen houses.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my goodness.
One big
I
scoop.
don't know. They seem like they need something a little. Well, I don't know. Maybe 10 chickens, but
more than one chicken.
I would say
more than
so.
one chicken. I'm like, it sounds like it needs a bigger meal than just one chicken. But anyway, go ahead.
So it's interesting to just kind of take in the python. There's been several spottings of it throughout the years, and there's actually no photos or anything of the water movement, because it's always seen in the water. Oh, there's some sort of wave thing over there, but there was never really any pictures. It was just personal experiences throughout the stories. So all right, let's move on to the Presbyterian Church, which is actually in Helltown.
Still standing?
I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This one goes along with the allegations of Satan worshiping made against the entire town. I have read that all the people in the area worship the devil.
Damn.
And there is animal mutations and satanic symbols all over the place. All of this, which leads back to the church, which was called the Mother of Sorrows. Supposedly, black masses are conducted here, and they are supposed to be upside down crosses all over the building. And it turns out the upside down crosses shapes were just features of Gothic revival architecture. you have to think that they could have been a little more careful, obviously when they were building this. But
Yeah.
so I went and looked this up. I mean, this is something that I wanted to see because it's a church that was in this bustling mill town.
Right.
And I really, really think you got to really squint your eyes and pretend that you think that's an upside down cross, because the peak of it came up and then there was like a bar that came down and then it came across. It definitely wasn't designed to be an upside down cross. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you never know. Could be. Yeah, it could be, or it couldn't be.
Well, I'll have to. I'm going to try to have some pictures of this stuff in the show notes. But
I just looked it up.
yeah, do you have a picture of it?
Now start listening.
Well, why? JW, you're failing me. I wanted to show you. Can show the rocker chick real quick. But you see what you see it.
Yes, and it looks like an upside down cross to me. 2 of them.
Did you squint? Oh no, it's in this camera right here.
What? Oh,
it's in this camera.
Oh yeah,
you see? They
does,
look like
yeah.
upside down crosses to you.
I don't know. It looks like
a little bit. Yeah,
it's architecture.
Right.
Architecture on a church shouldn't have something that looks like. Yeah. Anyways,
I can see where it could have been architecture, but then people are going to do anything to get a rise out of other people. So, those are upside down crosses.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
It's true.
Very, 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 very
Absolutely true.
Yeah. They just, like I said, it's folklore. We take something like that and we manipulate it to be more of a horror story. So let's go on to the abandoned bus that's out there. Did you see the abandoned bus? Are you looking at my story while I'm telling my story?
See pictures. You said it's all like burnt to the ground and creepy and stuff, and I wanted to see it. That's my jam.
She likes things that's burnt to the ground. A ghostly school bus stands on the grounds of Helltown. One legend says that it was supposed to be carrying high school students going on a ski trip, but an elderly woman flagged it down and warned the driver that there was a young boy in her house who was seriously hurt. Now, some of my recants said that the boy wasn't breathing. So, I mean, but it was obviously it was a trap. And all of the students were murdered by a serial killer. But fuck, I should have taken that out. No, it's so. Listen,
did you say a killer clown?
a serial killer.
Serial killer.
Oh.
I never said clown.
I heard you say killer clown. That's why I was like,
with a red fucking balloon. Yeah.
honk, honk.
So listen. Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, so I'm confused. So the old lady flagged the bus down. It was a distraction.
It was definitely a distraction. She said that there was a young boy in her house that wasn't breathing and that she needed help. So the bus driver goes down the long lane to the house. And the main story that I heard was that the bus was, now remember, this is full of high school students. The bus was surrounded by the satanic worshipers, and that they
okay, there we go.
Yeah, that they actually killed everybody in the bus.
Wow.
And sacrificed.
I was confused for a second because I was like, wait, hold on. They went down the drive and one person killed all these people.
Well,
how?
And once again, folklore says that a serial killer. I mean, one of the other stories is that a serial killer actually killed everybody on the bus. I know there's
one against 15.
Never heard of a grandma serial killer.
Or exactly, she's not the serial killer. She had a partner.
It was her son. It was Jason.
I'm gonna say
It's almost like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when the cop comes up and he's like, "Oh, I'll kill you." And then
see, and I think like back to all these legends and stories from all these little towns is where people come up with their ideas for
movies.
Yeah. Big time.
So,
anyways,
the bus actually was parked next to a house. And they say that's where the bus came to its final resting place, and it never got moved. And they say that if you go up to the bus and look in the windows, you can see one of two different things. And depending on which story you go with. If you go with the serial killer, they say that you can see him sitting in the back seat of the bus smoking a cigarette. They also say that you can smell it and see the smoke rolling out of the windows. The other story that goes with the bus is that if you go up and look in the window, you can actually see the faces of all the dead high school kids sitting in their seats.
Mm.
Now, is this town like still accessible, or do they have it blocked off? Or
it is still accessible, and I'll talk a little bit more about
okay.
that later.
Sorry.
I no, you're fine, because I have a story that I want to tell at the end. So let me.
Okay.
These other I have like four more quick little pieces of this town. So obviously Boston has a cemetery. I mean, it was an old town. They buried their dead there. A lot of ghost stories that emanate with the cemetery. One story is, and this is the one that I kept running across, is if you walk into the cemetery, you can see an old man sitting on a concrete bench, just kind of staring at the stars. But there's no bench in this cemetery.
Well,
There's
might
no
have
bench?
had one. Oh,
Might
sorry.
have, but I'm just saying now there's not one there.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I've seen pictures of the old stones, and those things are just they're very mystic too. They almost look kind of coppery with the way that they've kind of faded over time. I just saw a couple pictures, but I just thought the stones themselves were very cool if you get a chance to see those. There is a steep winding road with a sudden stop they are calling the End of the World Road. From my understanding, I don't know that it's a sudden stop as much as it's a 90-degree turn, but when you sit there, they say that the way it looks out over the forest looks like the end of the world.
Oh.
Like you've reached, if it was flat, you just reached the end of the world.
Gotcha.
Cool.
There's also a legend of, and this legend goes in many different places. I've heard it several times. That you can get chased out of town by a hearse.
A ghost
Oh my
hearse?
gosh.
Yeah, well, of course, if you're getting chased by a hearse and you turn around, it's not there no more. I guess that'd make it a ghost hearse. That's one of those deals that kind of float back and forth. They say a local guy did own a hearse for a while, but they doubted that he would chase very many people with it. So there are many accounts of people who have said they have been chased out of Helltown by this hearse. And once again, you deep dive a little bit farther, and they think that there's a possibility that the guy who did own the hearse got tired of all the onlookers and trespassers and all that, and he really would chase them out of town. But that's just
He decided to make his own fun.
yeah, exactly. Wouldn't I mean really?
He was probably one of the last ones to be there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, get out of my
Yep.
town. This is my town.
Get off my grass. All
Yeah.
the above.
It's only 4 hours from
Funny.
us.
I know exactly where it is, and I'll tell you about that at the end too.
You're bad, Jen.
I'm sorry.
You're-
About this.
He's like me. I'm the one going, oh, and she's like, wait, let me finish my story. There's also the story of a slaughterhouse that's not far from the cemetery. But they're not really sure that there was ever a slaughterhouse in this town. They say it's just an old barn. But if you go up to this barn, you can actually see faces looking out of the windows at you.
Like people?
Like people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that cows?
Like no sheep. There is definitely a real abandoned house still remaining in Boston Township, since the powers that invoke the eminent domain to take so many and demolish them. There's still one left. We've heard we've run across firsthand accounts about it being haunted. that the local boarding house is mistaken for it, then that there was apparently one suicide inside this house in 2004. And then just basically a spooky, just has a spooky reputation. There's nothing really major about it, but it's just like one of the last remaining houses. There was also, and I forgot to write this in my notes, there was also tales of the Crybaby Bridge. And I don't remember that there was like, how some of the bridges we talked about, if you park your car and they get the handprints, I don't think it was any of that. But a woman had taken their baby and thrown it off and killed it off the bridge.
Oh my
And
gosh.
apparently you can still hear the cries of the baby, and every once in a while you get to see the woman in white standing there looking over the bridge. So Helltown is
Sad.
it is sad.
Yeah.
Helltown is an interesting and so they've kind of wiped it out, and it is accessible. Boston Mill is kind of the town that took over. It's a little bit it's not sitting where Helltown is. It's a little off to the side. I can't tell you if it's north or south. But Boston Mill itself still looks like it is turned into a bustling town. They're still doing a lot of the mills and stuff there. But you can access Helltown through Boston Mill, and it's trails. And you can walk these trails. The interesting story that I wanted to tell you was I really had nothing at the beginning of the week. I'm like, I need a story. I need something good. And I'm flipping through TikTok, and boom, this comes up, and it's like, this is the story of Helltown, Ohio. And I'm watching, and this guy goes into one of the abandoned buildings that's still left out there. It's like an old barn. There's no doors on it. The rafters it still looks in pretty good shape for as old as it is. But he's walking through this, and as he's walking out of the other side of the building, well, for starters, his audio would keep kicking in and out. It would just stop playing. And then as he walked out the other end of the barn, you could hear the screams and cries of probably what sounded like 50 to 80 people. It just howling and screaming. And I'm listening to it. I actually listened to it on headphones so I could get a little bit better into it. So as I start researching, I'm looking at some YouTube videos. I want to see what people have done and gone out. And I find this video, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching this. And this guy rolls through Boston Mills on his bicycle and starts biking out to Helltown on his bike on these trails. Some of them at start were nice, asphalted trails. And as he gets out there, they start deteriorating down to just, dirt trails. And it's the same fucking thing that I saw on TikTok the night before. And I'm like, there is no way that I found this guy's video that I watched from this, 30-second TikTok from the night before. But this video is like half an hour long of him going through all this stuff. And it's Urbex Hill on YouTube. I just wanted to throw him a shout out. I saw his TikTok. I watched his YouTube video. But when he walked through there, and I listened to it again on the YouTube video, and it sounded like, to me, knowing the legend of the Indians that were killed, the tribe that was killed there, that's what that sounded like to me. I thought it was pretty intense. So Urbex Hill, Urbex Hill on YouTube, if you want to go watch his video. And it's not right now, Jen. So anyways, they actually did get around to demoing most of the houses and stuff out there. Like I said, there's a few places that are still there. The bus has long been towed away, so it's no longer there. I watched a couple other videos, and I'm pretty sure they're kind of hoax videos. They're one of those deals that were like, this was found footage, and somebody walked up and there was like an iPhone laying there, and there was a video of these poor people that got taken in Helltown, but
By the serial killer
or the satanic worshipers or whatever. But so yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. But the more I watch the video, I'm like, I don't know that I buy into that, but it was still kind of fun to watch. They did a good job editing. So there you go.
What about church? You said is the church has been demoed too?
Yeah, the church is
So
gone.
there's only
Yeah.
like one house and a
Yeah.
barn that you can
Yeah,
pretty
that
much
you can
go
actually see. Yeah.
outside.
And it
Right.
is thick brush from the videos that I saw going out in there. It is thick brush. Urbex got lost at one point because he went out at night and he got lost.
Ooh.
And he did have a really cool spot where he saw something across the field, and they enhanced the video at the end. They brightened it up to really, because the video itself was dark. They brightened it up, and it was two eyes. You could see it in the field, and he zoomed in, and then all of a sudden, poof, it was gone. It just like quickly, very, very, very quickly, fucking took off.
Ooh.
So
This is a wildlife like preserve
this is
area?
This is the Cayuga Valley National Forest. The fun thing is 4 hours away. It's 4 hours away. So I'm like, where the fuck is Boston, Ohio? I didn't type in Helltown in Google Maps. I typed in Boston, Ohio. And I get to looking, and about maybe 10 minutes from there, I've got a pin in my map. And it's a hotel. And it's the hotel that me and the boys stayed in when we went to see 30 Seconds to Mars at Blossom Music Center, which is in Cuyahoga National Forest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we're like, no shit. We were like 10 minutes away from Helltown.
See, it was meant to be.
Yep, there you go.
It's fun. And it was interesting. I enjoyed it. So
Nice.
there you go, guys. Helltown, Ohio,
Downtown?
formerly known as Boston, Ohio.
Boston.
Boston. It's Boston.
See, I like that. I like that. The history and the spooky stuff about it. That it's
I
you
do
can
too.
still go there, but
You can still go there, and there are things to see. And I attribute a lot of what people are seeing, the ones that actually say that they're seeing it, to the murder of the Indians and the tribe. I should say the tribe. Back in the 1800s. I mean, that's what I gathered from it. So, I mean, whatever you guys think, give me your thoughts.
Well, definitely. I think most places with the history of Indians and the terrible things that, were done to them, I think that's where a lot of the hauntings come from.
Right
Yep,
on.
lots of imprints and energy, and just you never know.
Yep.
The ground itself.
Yeah. And you find it a lot in a lot of the tales that we've talked about with old ancient Indian burial grounds and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, this is kind of where it begins.
Mhm.
Bell
Yeah.
Witch was a prime example of that.
Mhm. I don't know. I won't. Not anymore. I won't pick up a rock in a certain place without asking if it's okay. But it's just one of those things.
Oh,
You never know.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
What
Never
was it?
know.
One of the I don't know what show it was. One of the Naked and Afraids or Survivor type shows. A guy took a walking stick. He used it the whole time he was there, but he actually brought it home and brought something home with him. So
Really?
he
Oh
actually
my
took
gosh,
it
no.
back to where he got it from, and everything was okay after that. But yeah, I mean,
Yep.
taking things from nature in certain spots is,
That's why they always
Never.
say when you go to a national forest or park or something, you're supposed to leave it as it was before you were there,
Right.
and
Right.
you're not supposed to
Yep.
take things. That's why, like, anytime we go, I'm always thinking, I wonder if anybody died right here. Can you imagine? There's
Oh,
probably a bunch of
gosh.
people that died on this land
yeah.
Yeah,
because the
it's true.
United States has been here for a long time. So
It's true.
you never know.
And and I mean that's it, anywhere you
Yep.
go. I mean, like the house that I grew up in,
Yeah.
that was in Lone Jack, Civil War, Lone Jack battle, and I mean, because we would find small like cannonballs and arrowheads and stuff right there, just on our
Right.
10 acres.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy that it's all that stuff is still just laying there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yep.
It's history.
It is.
Yep.
So there you go. Yeah,
I liked it.
job.
good. Thank
was
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just fun. It is good stuff. I really enjoyed like I said, it was I wasn't really sure where I was getting into, and then when I got it, I'm like, all right, I can get behind this. Yeah. For sure.
Oh, and I can actually see you now.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
switched my screen over. I'm like, oh yeah. You know?
So you got all my animations?
Yep.
All right.
Well, it helped me, pay attention too.
Is it just his voice? It's like, where's that voice coming
Yeah,
from?
I'm like, God, where is it at? Looking up in the air,
I get that a
My
lot.
house is haunted.
Right.
Well, guys, is there anything else you want to talk about? Any questions you have for Larissa while we have her on here? Wow, you guys
I know it's terrible.
Okay.
I'm just really
we got to spend 2 great hours getting to know her while we're out there, and I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of things we don't know about her, but
Oh, if you only knew half of it.
we enjoyed our time definitely, and we talked about it many times after how cool it was to meet you when we were out there, and we only wish J-Dub could have actually been there with us there, but
I'm here now.
That's right. Yeah, no, you guys are great. You're doing amazing things with your podcast, and my personal opinion, I enjoy the banter, I enjoy the banter, and the subject matter is great,
well, thank you.
and that's just it. The banter is part of like what does it for me, because you guys are, it's like looking into your own lives, together. You guys share a lot of personal stuff about yourselves, and I think that's part of what makes it really cool. So,
And I think like with our banter, everybody can relate to it. That's why
Yep.
it's like, if you don't like it, just
exactly, it's real.
fast forward or
100%.
scroll
Yep.
past. But
Yep.
it's everyday stuff that everybody goes through.
Oh yeah,
Yep, life. Yep.
I'm still Jeremy's still mad at me for telling me he needed to go do the podcast out here. He finally he came out for like 4 of them and did them out here, so I didn't have to listen to him. And then he finally said, "Can I please come back and?"
That's
Well,
funny.
I mean, a couple of them we got home late, and I needed to get in to record, and it's like I'm just gonna do it inside instead of coming all the way out here, setting everything up.
But he has gotten quieter about it. So we have a very small house, so it's when he's doing a podcast in the other room, I can hear him. 3 rooms away. So
He's gonna
His voice carries. You got a booming voice. Yeah.
But it is true.
It is.
booming
Booming voice. Booming voice. Yeah.
I am very loud. I understand that I am very loud.
Same.
That's funny.
But actually, the studio is going to get a work over here in another week. We have some great things coming up for the beginning of the year. We're super excited about episode 100. We're going to do live on a Wednesday night. You never know where J-Dub's going to go with that.
My beaver
guys
could be out too.
play?
You never know.
Oh gosh.
We're going to leave up one curtain so she can shit in the bucket behind it.
Oh God. Real life sound effects.
Oh,
Wow.
you think the eye boogie got her? I think I might just totally go.
Ah.
That'd be terrible. But no, we do. We have the lives coming up, and then we have some things coming out on the first of the year. We're super excited about. So hang out
Really
there with
excited.
us, and we're still trying to get everything rolling and dialed in. But studio's going to get a workover, so you I may just lose me to the studio forever now.
Well,
I'm putting in a bathroom.
well,
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't it though?
Yeah.
No, because then I'd have to come out here and clean it.
No, he'd have to clean it.
No, yeah. Jeremy, no, he doesn't clean.
I don't clean.
You don't
Okay.
clean?
I don't clean.
No.
I try.
You just suck at it.
I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
do it
It's
very
like doing the
well.
dishes. Yeah.
Well, do you have a dishwasher?
Yeah, she's sitting right over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's the same kind of answers that I get here at my house. Because guess what? Yeah. Shame on you, Golden Jay.
My husband made that mistake.
Oh gosh.
I said, "Hey, can you do the dishes?" He goes, "Why? That's your job." I said, "Nope, fuck you." And the next day we got a dishwasher.
Yep. There you go.
I have
That's okay.
actually been
You know
doing
what?
better.
You have.
Yeah.
We since the kids aren't no longer in the house, when we eat, we do the dishes right after we eat.
Mhm.
So if he comes in late and eats something, he will do his dishes right then and there. So
Well, and
very good. We never have dishes in the sink. We always just
I cook. I've been cooking a lot more lately too, and I've been doing my dishes as I've been going. So instead of just leaving a big pile of dishes,
Yep.
yeah, I try, Larissa. I try.
That's okay. You
We
know.
were, you know what?
All
We
you
were
can
just
do
having.
sometimes.
We were just having this conversation earlier. I try. I buy
It's gonna
things
make
for
me
her.
look
I
bad.
come home for flowers, and I ask her, she goes, "Well, you haven't bought me anything in a while." And I'm like, well, let me ask you, when's the last time you bought me anything? And going to the gas station and buying me a fucking Mountain Dew doesn't count.
Hey, she thought of you.
I buy him things on Amazon that I don't even know I buy him. So
Oh gosh. Are you drunk buying?
No.
No. None of that?
I'm just
Don't do
impulsive.
that.
yeah, he's impulsive.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's why I won't download To Me, because I would fucking go broke on there. I'd buy everything. You good over there, J-Dub?
Yeah, I just saw a big ass fat guy over there somewhere. But I got this.
I think she's talking about fly or something.
I thought you were talking about me for a second.
I know. I was about to look over my shoulder. Well, nope.
Oh, we had a fly earlier and I got it.
Is that a very old picture behind you?
It is. Let me see if I can kind of show you. It's
Oh,
wow,
it's
that's cool.
actually it's my husband's biological grandpa, and that's his grandma and his mother, the little baby. But as I've been doing some research on his grandpa. He had this wicked scar that went from like where his mouth is, like
Really?
over his cheek. And he passed away like in a car accident out in California. He was going out there to be like in the movies because he looked like a gangster. His name was, and you'll love this, Woodrow Wilson Gordon.
Oh wow. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was listening to the last episode and you guys were talking about the name Woodrow and stuff, and I got the giggling because my grandpa's middle name was Woodrow, and then I got a Woodrow Wilson, Gordon sitting behind me here. But yeah, he's interesting individual.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love the picture. It's a great picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I like it too. I like old timey photos and stuff like that and genealogy. So
Nice.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not really into genealogy. My mother was into it. She did a lot, so it was always interesting.
It is so interesting, and just I don't know, I get excited when I find that one person that I was looking for, or a picture I didn't see. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you been out to cemeteries in the middle of nowhere to look up old gravestones?
Well, okay, this is gonna sound really weird because the one place like I find peaceful, not at night. Okay, let's just get that straight. Not at night, but during the day I find this very peaceful because like this is part of where my family's buried and everything, and like my brother's best friend has a bench out there at the cemetery where he's buried, Strasburg Cemetery. And but I do. I'll look at all the old, the old headstones and everything. I haven't really been to another one for a long time, but no, they're cool.
Yeah.
They're really cool. It's peaceful in kind of a odd way.
And then
I apologize.
Yeah.
I walk in and apologize to people. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on you. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Hey, be polite. I don't care what you're doing. If you're walking into a haunted house, walking through the cemetery, you just respectful to the dead. I don't care.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
never
yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
Say goodbye. Yep. Say goodbye when you leave. Yeah. All those little things.
For sure. For sure. Well, hey, we need to get out of here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It is so good to see you again.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great seeing you guys too. Thank you so much for having me. This is really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do it
I've
again sometime.
never done anything like this. So.
Mark that right off the bucket list right there now.
That's right. Check it off.
All right, guys. Well, we're out of here. Thank you for everything. And go check out our website, UnitedStatesParanormal.com, where you can find all of your TUSOP merchandise, where you want to have that cool great white ball beaver t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. Get lots of compliments on it.
See ya? Everybody looking at your beaver and complimenting on your beaver?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're like, what the hell is on your shirt?
Yeah. That's my beaver. Obviously.
Oh goodness.
I love it that she wears her beaver on her chest.
Yep, I sure do.
And if you have any questions, comments, or you want to just talk to us, go ahead, United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. That's where you can find us. And we will be happy to get back to you as soon as we can. Sometimes it takes me a minute. I'm not quite as fast as I used to be. Yeah. All right, guys, we're out of here. Keep it creepy. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com or at any other of our social media pages. At Twitter at TOSOPPOD, at Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, or Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, or YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795.
Please check out our other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network: The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, The Golden 80s, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze.
And if you have a location you would like us to check into or a creepy story that you would love to tell us, please email us at theunitedstatesofparanormal@gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen.